All right, all right. Here we go. We are almost done with the steps. We are on step 6, and I gotta say, this might be my most favorite step because I absolutely love group programs and masterminds. I love them. I consult very, very large size coaching and online education programs and their leaders and their teams on their groups. Sometimes my clients, they have hundreds of clients or thousands of clients inside their 10 or 20,000, even $125,000 programs that I've worked with. I love it. They are so fun to deliver on. And this is really where you get to take your business to the next level. This is where we're going to kind of pass and cross beyond making $100,000 or consistent 10 to 15K months. You get to consistent 10 to 15K months with one-on-one. Don't try to get to consistent 10 to 15K months with anything low ticket or starting out with a group. Every once in a while, I think I've only worked with since 2011. I'm pretty sure I've only ever worked with 2 people where I suggested that it was okay for them to start with group and skip the one-on-one, but they had so many factors and so many variables in place that it would allow them to fill a group at a high ticket price point quickly and literally create 6 figures with their first group very, very fast. If you cannot go generate 6 figures like in the next 30 to 45 days with a group program, then that is not what you should be starting with. So this is what's going to cross you into 20K months, 25K months, 30K months, 50K months. It's going to take you to 7 figures and beyond if you want to take your business there. And we can help you structure that in a way that that program is not taking over your life and it's not completely dependent on you. But I'm getting ahead of myself with that. I just love it so much. So step 6 is you are launching your high-end group and or mastermind. So with a growing audience and a proven one-on-one offer, this is your next step. These programs offer your clients the opportunity to learn not just from you, but from their peers within the group. And that's really the beauty of groups. Oftentimes when you have repeat customers where they take your group over and over and over again, they keep renewing, or they keep renewing in your mastermind year after year after year, they don't stay for you necessarily. They're not staying for your teaching. They're staying because of how much they're learning from each other and the power of that community and the power of peer-to-peer support. This is why in your group programs, it is so important that you are bringing people into the program who are relatively at the same level. So if you have people in your group, this is where I got really, really frustrated when I was running groups. I ran groups for years, groups and masterminds. And where I would notice I would get the most frustrated and just feel like I was kind of like beating my head up against a wall is I would have kind of like 2 subgroups of people, but I wasn't segmenting them into separate groups quickly enough or in the right way. So I would have, 50% of the group, they would be brand new, like needed help on figuring out like what they even wanted to build a coaching business around. And then the other half were already making 6 figures and they were ready to do groups and scale. And those 2 worlds don't mix in the same program because those 2 groups of people need something very different. They need something very different. And then you've got your ones who are further along and they don't want to hear the conversations or the trainings that the newer people need. And then the people further along think that the only thing they're really there for is to coach the newer people and kind of pull them along. And then the newer people get sidetracked, but what the people further along are actually talking about and what they're doing, then they try to do those things. It doesn't work. It doesn't mix. So this, again, is why it's so important that you are so crystal clear on your ideal client and your avatar. The other thing that's really amazing about groups is it allows you to have a much bigger impact and serve more people. And look, when you have the right price points, you don't actually have to have that many people in your group. I have a client right now that I work with on a consulting level. Her program has around 50 people in it. And that program brings in multiple 7 figures because of the price point. And she's got 2 people that help her inside the program. And she shows up for the retreats. shows up for a couple of calls a month. She's not really in the Facebook group that much. She's not having to be the one in there doing the do, because she's got a very, very small team that can do a lot of the running of that program. So I think sometimes we believe, oh my gosh, like I've got to have 200 people who all have access to me and they can all talk to me anytime they want. No, you're going to have boundaries in place, but you don't have to have super high volume at the right price point. And you could have a group program that's generating $500,000 a year and you're working part-time hours, which is really, really incredible. So group programs can range from typically 3 months to 12 months. I have had a client that has a group program that is 18 months. That was really unique. That was someone who coaches dentists on how to invest their money into other places other than the stock market. And that's a 6-figure investment for that. So I've seen anything from, a 6-month group program teaching people about mindset. That's a $5,000 offer up to 18 months, teaching investing to dentists, and it's $125,000, and anything and everything in between. So typically it's going to be between 3 and 12 months. You need to choose a structure that really fits your expertise and your client needs. So I'm not going to spend time in this short video teaching you all about the different ways to design and create and fulfill your group. But you just need to decide how long is it going to be. Now, I would be remiss to say, if you've never run a group before and you're just now kind of transitioning and adding a group on from the 101, here's how I want you to start. I want you to start with a beta group of 10 people. You literally can just go pluck some people who you know. It could even be some of your private clients. Charge them a little bit less than you're going to charge for the real next round of your group. You do not go create the group yourself. So you do not go design every single call for the next 6 months and every single topic and record every single module. Please don't go do that. You're not the one who's actually going to create the group. Your clients are going to create the group. Your one-on-one clients are informing you of what's going to be in that group. And then your beta group is going to inform you as you go of what needs to be in there, what's working. So again, with your beta group, you're documenting everything all over again so that you know exactly what to put in it for the main group when you launch it. So we're going to go one-on-one, then beta group, then your main group. Sound good? Okay. So how do we launch this? A great way to launch it is look, you don't have to do a launch. A beta, if you're doing a beta group first and that's where you're at, don't do a launch, don't do a webinar. I literally want you to pick the phone up or advertise it on your email list or advertise it in your Facebook group for, 3 to 4 weeks and fill your beta group with 10 people, charge less, give a discount. There you go. You're done. Like you could do this in less than 30 days. If you're a real go-getter, you could probably do it in 2 weeks and have your beta group filled. 10 people. That's it. That's going to probably be with people who are in your very, very warm market or your hot leads. If you are transitioning to like the real group and we're beyond a beta group now, you could do a 5-day challenge. You could do a live launch if you want to. You could not do launches and challenges. You could host a 3-hour workshop. You could do a series of free videos inside your Facebook group, calls to action, emails to your list, posts, podcasts, lots of different things. It also depends on, are you filling your group with 10 people all at once and they're all starting together, ending together? Or are you letting people roll into your program any day of the month, any day of the week? And they can come in, they jump right in. You've got your videos in the portal that you're adding to, and then they're coming to your weekly call. So look, there's so many different ways to design a group. We'd have to be working together in a different way other than we are right here in order for us to go into all the details of that. But lots of different ways to fill it. I would go the route that's going to be what can you be the most consistent with that really allows your personality and your strengths to shine through so that people are the most attracted to you. The other thing to remember with filling a group is you can actually fill your group the same way that you filled your one-on-one. We make filling groups very, very complicated. To make a few 6 figures a year from a group, it does not have to be super complicated. It really just depends on what your goals are and where you're at in your journey. So action step here is make a decision. Is your next step a beta group or is your next step a real group? decide on the length of it, and decide on the price point of it, and go and fill it with your first 10 people. So there's your action step for step 6.